As a business owner, what comes to mind when you hear Google Ads? Well, that's what's up next. Does anyone else hear Google Ads and get a little overwhelmed?
I don't, because we have people that do that stuff.
Yeah, and luckily we have Matt, the leader of our Google Ads team, right here. Matt, will you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name's Matt. I'm the paid search supervisor here at SmartEtailing, and been in the bike industry for a long time, over 25 years, and doing paid search for about 10, God, it's probably 13 now, and with SmartEtailing for the last 4. And I like data.
4 years already?
I know,
Maybe
right?
even more. It might be 5. I mean, yeah.
Well, we got to know you, though, before you came to SmartEtailing.
Right.
So
this
maybe
is my.
That's why it feels like longer.
Yeah, I worked probably about 2.5 almost with you as a subcontractor, and then I came to work for SmartEtailing. This is going into my 3rd year right now.
We got to fully vet you.
Yeah, you guys, it's a long process.
And we still brought you in. It's a little shocking that we were that lax on our hiring practices.
It's the miracle of working remotely. It makes it a lot easier to stay off people's radar.
I imagine you crafted some clever ads that we read, and that's what got us. Like, that ad about that guy Matt's a good ad. We should hire him.
Oh, sure, yeah. I love that copy.
I mean, joking aside, I think you just kind of had the combination of all the skills we were looking for. One, you obviously got along with all of us, so that's something. But, you understood our clients, you understand the bike industry, and you had the pay-per-click experience. Those Googles. Yeah. You understood the Googles. That's a language that is a little beyond me.
The Google whisperer. Yeah. It's almost like I had a career path from all those days, wrenching on bikes. Who knew that it would end up here?
There you go.
I feel that, yeah.
We have some things to talk about, but as I look at that, I want to ask one other thing before we start, just to set the stage in case somebody listening hears pay-per-click or Google ads or paid ads and goes, "What? I don't understand." I mean, Google, you just Google things. What are paid ads? Why is it that we're interested in that pay-per-click kind of thing?
Well, I mean, there's so many different ways that Google ads show up that you might not even realize are ads or that we're able to influence. The most common one is a text ad when you're in the Google search engine and you type in, bike shop near me. And a bike shop's name shows up. And you can see sometimes if you look real close, a little icon with an ad. Or if you're searching for a specific bike, you might see some of those little image tiles with, a link to the bike, the price, the name, brand and model. You click through, it takes you to someone's website so you could potentially buy or explore their website. Sometimes you'll see ads that are floating around on websites as you're surfing the web, like on weather.com or some other random website. They're everywhere, really. And those are image ads that we can help influence. But there's a lot of other little different ways within the map listings for Google. I mean, if it doesn't have to be on google.com.
Gotcha.
That's the majority of where you're going to find it is in the search engine. But there's other little ways where it's sprinkled around as well that we get in front of people in a lot of different ways. And we've tried pretty much every option that Google's had and figured out what the best mix is for bike shops.
Yeah, so what's new in paid ads?
Well, let's see. I think there's probably 3 big things right now that are pretty huge. One that is sort of overarching is Google Analytics, which isn't Google Ads, but it's a Google product, and it's a spot where when we talk to our Google Ads clients, we get in there and sort of show them performance, not just for paid ads, but just for their site in general. Google, due to some changes in privacy laws, they're changing over to Google Analytics 4 from Universal Analytics, which is tricky because I love Universal. I've been doing it for 13 years, so it's a big change for me too. But we're staying ahead of the curve, following best practices, getting comfortable with it. So Google Analytics 4 is a big change. In terms of Google Ads themselves, this past summer, Google rolled out a new type of shopping ad. And the shopping ad is that little image ad of a product and clickable link with the price. To get in front of people there, they've created this thing called Performance Max shopping. So we switched everyone over to that to give it a shot. And I would say for the most part, in certain situations, it's been better. Some situations, not as much of an improvement. But it's really just kind of the next, sometimes you just have to follow what Google's lead. Google, it's their platform and we need to figure out how to live with their changes. So that's what we did. And it's been working out well. The big thing that we're super excited about that we're going to be launching here very soon is local inventory ads. And what that'll do is it'll allow bike shops to take their product feed and advertise non-shippable product. Up until now, we've only really been able, with shopping ads, Performance Max ads, been able to advertise shippable product. Kind of tough to talk about a Trek Marlin or a Specialized Hard Rock with that type of ad, especially in your local market. So these local inventory ads tie, not just for bikes, but for all the products that are in stock in your store. It takes that inventory data that's in our website, and it actually makes it like we can spit a feed out of the back end of your website into the Google Merchant Center, which is the product we use to manage products for Google Ads. It spits it into there and it ties it to your physical location. You can have multiple locations and Google will show potentially an ad with a little modifier pin on it showing how far away it is from an actual user. And it also doesn't have to be shippable. So it's like they can just be like, wait, they have that Trek Marlin 6 that I'm looking for. Click on the ad. And then they might not buy online, like that's typically the goal with a shopping ad. They can click and collect, or they could have it shipped if they don't want to drive the 50 odd miles. That is sort of the outer radius that a local inventory ad can be promoted to. But it gives someone an opportunity to see the product they want, know that it's in stock at a given location, and go to the store and shop for it. So it's kind of like super contextual product searches that lead to store visits. And it's going to be really helpful with all of the inventory that is in stores right now to help them stand out compared to some of the national players. Be like, well, wait, I could buy this from my local shop. It might not even be the lowest price, but they know they're going to get the great service with that shop, and it'll keep our clients as part of their selection set when they're on their buying journey. I'm really excited that it's a function that we have now to offer our paid search clients. It's really going to fill a gap in our service offering, and it's really exciting for 2023.
Yeah. So, Matt, you said that you are working with over 90 retailers to manage their ads. So what's working?
Well, we have two offerings. We do an awareness offering, which is really ultimately about foot traffic to the stores. And then we have a product focus, which is going to be any kind of ad that is tied to Google Merchant Center. And it's going to be more e-com focused, but that's also sort of changing, like with the local product ads. It's still e-com. It still takes you to a product page, but now we're hoping to leverage the products on your website to drive store traffic as well.
Awareness and then the e-com focus. I feel like e-com measuring success can be a little bit easier. But I'm going to ask you to talk about that too. But how do you measure a success in awareness ads? What do we shoot for?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, it is anecdotal. People are like, oh,
right.
People are coming in the store and they said they saw that display ad for our sale and clicked through on it. And we're so excited we were having a sale because, we wouldn't have been aware otherwise. But there's yet another Google product, Google My Business, which we link all of people's ads up to. And it gives us a great set of data for local conversions. So anytime someone sees your ad, but then also sees your Google My Business page listing and clicks to call, clicks for directions, clicks through to your website, takes other meaningful actions. They have this thing called other engagements. I don't put as much faith in that one, but it happens at quite a large number. And there's even, because if you tie your physical location to Google Ads, it's not available for everyone always. But it's like the best data point. It's also the creepiest. It's store visit data. So if somebody's on their laptop at home and logged into their Chrome browser and they click on an ad and then they put their phone, which is also logged into Chrome, in their pocket and their location services are turned on and they go into a store, we can get a data point for that in many cases for many stores. It's been around for years and it seems to be more ubiquitous the further we get down the line here. It's usually for, stores that are in metro areas that have a lot of foot traffic. That helps. Google, it needs to pop up on Google's radar, but store visit data, is a very valuable tool. And it just all lets us gauge like which ad gets us the most meaningful, volume of these types of local conversions at the lowest cost per. And it just helps make great decisions to decide like what's the most efficacious campaign that we have. And Matt, we need store traffic. Where should we put more money? It's like, I guarantee you, I can always spend more money with Google and get you more, but I understand bike shops have budgets, but it just helps us really gauge where the most impactful type of ads are going to be to get you store traffic.
That's a good point too, because we throw the the phrase or the term conversions around a lot, conversion rates and such. There's more than one way to look at a conversion, right? Sometimes it's as easy as they clicked, they bought, but there's other valuable metrics.
Definitely. There's layers upon layers, and Google's always sort of moving our cheese to try and make us figure out, well, wait, we can't count those anymore. Well, let's try count these and get things set up and configured. I mean, that's really one of the reasons why I think people, when they work with us, they're like, wow, Google Ads isn't as confusing as I thought it was, since you're doing it all the time for me. It's like, well, yeah, because we're doing it at scale, and we can always try and suss out where they're moving our cheese to. Where if you're just a bike shop owner trying to do this 1 or 2 hours a week, you're going to be like, what happened to all my wonderful data? Google may have changed something, and you're not going to know about it unless you're working in it every day.
You had me at cheese.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, when we got to know each other, Matt, you were helping with some of the run ads for some of the biggest shops in the country. I mean, you still are. That's just how I got to know you when I was an account manager. And, speaking to retailers, saying how it's so easy now, I feel like that is a huge asset of your team. It's something like all of this can be so overwhelming. The changes, some of us don't translate like technical speak into action very well. So you can take something that's really complicated and distill it down and be like, oh, I understand what we're doing now, what I should do. And that's super helpful.
Yeah,
Not everyone can do that.
No. And the nice thing too is everybody on my team all have tons of bike shop experience. So if someone says like, we got a bunch of these SRAM GX derailleurs, it'd be like the 11-speed or 12-speed ones. It's like we're actually going to know what we're talking about, where we hear a lot from clients when they come over from an agency. It's like they just don't seem to get bikes. Like we told them about gravel bikes, but they don't get it. Mm-hmm. So that's the nice thing about working with, dyed-in-the-wool bike nerds that also are PPC nerds.
I think a lot of our clients get it, and it's to them. I think a good analogy is they make tune-ups, they make bike builds, they make wheel building look like magic, and it's easy, and their customers get the benefit of it. I think your team does the same in the realm of Google Ads and paid advertising for bike shop owners.
It's a great analogy, Mark.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Got to make it relatable. I had another thought, but I think it's escaped me. I got distracted about cheese.
Matt, we don't talk about snacks around Susie. It distracts her.
I should know this. We haven't worked as closely recently, and I've forgotten some key things with Susie.
Sorry. I do have a new favorite post-ride snack, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. Full-fat Greek yogurt. That's the only way to live, first of all.
Okay.
And then with your favorite, sugary cereal. So I did Greek yogurt and Apple Jacks this morning.
That sounds good.
It's good. My pro tip. This is the super pro tip. I shared it with Mark. So, you know it's important. Never underestimate the humble PB&J.
Yes.
Really checks all the boxes.
Right on. Right on.
Absolutely.
So Google. Yeah, moving on. So we talked a lot about different types of ads. And we talked about how to measure success for ads. And right now I feel like, shopping ads are always kind of top of list, whether it's, the traditional shopping ads we've run for a long time. So that's shippable items to now our new Google local inventory feed and or listings. Is it all about shopping?
No, it's not all about shopping. It's some people don't, especially right now with all the discounting that's been going on. Some people don't want to play that game. They don't want to either train their customer base that to always, wait for the sale for them or wait for lower prices or be part of that. They provide a valuable service to their cycling community, and their customers want to support them. So the product ads are great for getting in front of people. Even if your price is a little higher, it can still be super valuable. Just because they just need to remember you in that moment where they're like, I need that thing now. It's like, well, I could support these guys. They have it too. So it's not just all about shopping. It is still very much about the search ads and the display ads. Display being image ads, search being those very traditional text ads that have been around for eons now, it seems like. Because you're hitting people that are searching for very specific things. And the way I always look at search ads, sometimes people want to get granular. Like, I have a bunch of, specialized turbo labels in stock, and I want to target that keyword. but I only want to spend $10 a day on search ads. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do that for you. But you get that granular and we're only going to target 20 miles around your store. Google's going to give you a chance to do that, but they're going to charge you a lot per click, like $2, $3, $4 per click. You've got $10 a day to spend, and you're taking your search budget and blowing it all on that. Whereas if you had Bike Shop Near Me, and we can bid on that broadly and do some things with negative keywords, those are the keywords that we can set up to make it so your ads don't fire. We can get someone that is what I call an orphan consumer. They don't care where it's from. They're not looking for Jim's Bike Shop. They're looking for a bike shop. Those are the people you want to get in front with. Get that opportunity to show up in front of them and do it for about, a quarter or 50 cents a click. Those are the keywords where we get those local conversions, that great volume. Like people are like, Bike Shop Near Me. I mean, they're yelling into their phones, literally, right? They're just like, I need a bike shop now. If you can get that ad up in front of them, they're going to click it. They're going to take action. They're likely going to interface with your Google My Business page and get right there. And also we can, by running ads of that nature, sometimes you'll see in that little map pack, you'll see like the top one, it says ad next to it. When you run search ads, it gives you a chance to show up there, top of the heap. So if you've got some good Google reviews and you're top of the heap and you're relatively close by to the person, next step, profit, right? So get people in the door.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, you bring up a good point just by talking about the way your team approaches the ads, because I'm on the front of these conversations where the store isn't doing any ads and I'm trying to explain the why. We charge a fee for this management. It's professional management. It's a little bit low, in my opinion, in the industry for the fee. But we do charge a fee, and a lot of times it comes up, well, the Google people call me all the time and their reps want to help. They will help, and I love me some Google, but those folks, the best work they do is getting all of your budget spent as quick as possible. And I think that's where our management comes in, because just like you were just saying, it's knowing the difference between, I have this one very specific thing, I want to sell it to maybe 8 people, run me some ads for that. That's just a surefire way to spend all your money, where I think we earn that. I know we earn that fee by being a little smarter about it, by knowing the market. So if anybody's wondering, A, yes, we do charge money for this, and B, it's very much worth it. I think we more than make up that fee and build in smarter ads that are more effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I hear related questions to kind of all of that all the time from retailers and even reps at brands and suppliers. Like, how, as a retailer, can I own this phrase, like a make and model of something? And so it sounds like the biggest, I just want to recap, the biggest reasons to deter someone from doing that would be budget. And then also, like, maybe just not assuming you know what the customer wants. Present your business and your offering and who you are, maybe first before just one specific product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if you try and bid on Trek bicycles or Specialized bicycles, they're going to own the top of the page. They're going to have the ads, all sorts of special Google tiles because they're a brand. And then they're also going to have a bunch of the organic listings. If you wanted to show up there, you have to pay through the eyes, and it's just not worth it. Because they may be looking for you, but they're more than likely just trying to get the Trek Bicycles website and look at their stuff. And hopefully they find you through the dealer locator if they end up there. That's why we focus on people that aren't searching, like either like really low context or really high context, like bicycles in general or this exact bicycle, which is why the local inventory ads is going to be so huge, because now we can get in front of them with the in-stock product and tell them exactly how far away it is from them. So that doesn't get much better
bias.
than that.
Is there still a bias in the search engine in general for local results? I mean, they want it to be relevant, and if you're in a particular geography, usually the most relevant thing would be closest to you. Is that still a factor?
Yeah. I mean, Google, their customer is the searcher, and they want to give them the best result possible. And if they're searching for something near me, they want to serve up the options that are nearest them. Yeah. So that's why, I mean, it's hard with location services. Some people don't like them. Some people feel like they're being tracked, but the reason they do it is so they can give you highly relevant search results and not waste your time with things that aren't actionable. So it's kind of You win some, you lose some, I guess, in that regard. But it really helps the ads be more powerful. Turn off your location services sometime on your phone and see how the search results are not what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
So with GA4 coming, what changes for our clients? Is there anything new with reporting? That's always a big question for folks.
Yeah, we are actually just about to, anyone that is an agency client gets a web performance report with us, and it's based on universal analytics. When GA4 became an option, we're still able to get the data into our universal analytics report, but we're trying to, be ahead of the game. We don't want to be scrambling in July when universal effectively gets shuttered. Mm-hmm. So we have our new web performance report. It's not too dissimilar to what we had before. We did lose a couple of bits of functionality, like around on-site search results, like in your search window on your actual website, like that data point. It may be available in the future, but it was not abundantly clear how we could do it at scale and have it available for something that we really didn't talk about that much in client calls. But it still has the real good top line items and KPIs, key performance indicators that we like to talk about. And we're also going to make it a all-in-one report instead of having a Google Ads report and a web performance report. The web performance report is going to have the Google Ads bit on the bottom. And we really are trying to have it be more, we love to have, we love talking to our clients. If a client talks to us once a month, we are overjoyed, because the more we talk to you, the better work we can do. Otherwise, we're sort of operating in a vacuum, they're not answering our calls or our emails. They must be happy. I sure hope so. But when we talk to you every month, it's all right, what's the plan? What's the budget? What do you have coming up? And you get just like working with anybody on the marketing agency team. It's we help your website and your ads be a living, breathing thing that reflects what's most important to you, as opposed to just kind of letting it sit there like a stale piece of bread.
Aw.
So
that's not a snack, is it? Right? I mean, that's just stale bread.
We're off track again.
It can become a crouton. Throw it on some soup. It'll be good.
Okay. All right.
Matt, most of you, we've been talking about the ad side, but those ads point somewhere, and often they're pointing to the website. What is it that you see? And most of the clients you work with, if not all, are on one of our agency, either maintenance or marketing programs. But what's important about the website in that equation that needs to be managed and maintained?
I think that where we, as the paid search team, interface with it the most is with the display ads. If you just have a general, we're a bike shop in town display ad, which sometimes we'll have on in between a promotion or a seasonal piece of content. But if your ads reflect the world around, the local cyclists, yeah, it is fall. It is going to get cold soon. I do need arm warmers. If you have a piece of content on your website about that and we're letting people know about it, they might click on it or not even click on the ad. They're just going to see it. It'll wash over their eye holes, and then they might end up just be next time they're driving by the shop, yeah, I do need arm warmers, and they'll bop in. Just staying, front of mind with contextual content. And then if you have a promotion, I mean, that's really where the rubber meets the road in terms of getting a good click-through rate on display ads. If it says great deals on tons of bikes and gear, learn more, people are yes, they want to learn more, and we get a great click-through rate. And, some people, they spend a quarter of their ad spend budget just on display ads that run for maybe 2 weeks out of the year because they want to inundate the screens in their local market and we can target audiences too. That's the thing with display ads. You're not just targeting all the screens out there. You can be yes, I want to target people that Google that are cycling enthusiasts or are in market for bikes and gear or have been to my website in the last 60 days. So you can really hammer home. We go real aggressive on the people who have been to your website and then a little bit less aggressive on the people that are cycling, looking for bikes and gear, and then a little less aggressive on the cycling enthusiasts because they kind of in ascending order, that's the size of the potential audience. But they spend a ton of money and they're again, anecdotally, they're our sale went great this year. We're so glad we doubled our budget. It was crazy. So it's just a great way to really get the message out there, along with social and email. I mean, if you're hitting on all three of those, cyclists can't escape your message, really, if you think about it.
And when they do click through those ads, we need the content to be strong on the site, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes people don't want to have the content and they'll do assorted, we've got all our specialized bikes on sale and they are all on sale. And sort it down in the catalog settings to get it so it's all on sale specialized, and you send someone there. But it doesn't have any pop, it doesn't really engage them. It doesn't tell them a story. You're not controlling the message. You're just showing them like, here's my widgets and their prices. You want to have some little personality.
I like that. But yeah, we talk about, in general, we talk about that with marketing all the time. It's a numbers game. And so, any way we can get in front of them, get their attention, kind of cut through that noise.
Well,
Then,
it is a numbers
engaged.
game. You're right.
Yeah.
So if it is, we want the best chance at those numbers we get. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well constructed ads, great content on the website. Let's not miss anything or leave it to chance.
Yeah, even just, e-commerce settings once they're on your website and ready to check out. We can help with that. We're here for you.
Right on.
I have some rapid fire questions that I think are very important.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a new feature segment in our Up Next podcast. It's not so rapid fire questions. That's mostly on me because I'm long-winded. So, moving on. So, how much control do you have with local inventory ads? I see different callouts on ads. So I'll see ones with like in-store, pick up today, sale, curbside, things like that. What levers can you pull, Matt?
Yeah, in terms of all the different things that can be shown on a local inventory ad, it really comes down to that client's particular situation and the way they're integrated with all of Google's different products. The options are ever changing. You can set something one day and it may go away. We do our best to integrate with all the options. Like if you've got a promotion, we can help you get that coupon code up with the ad on a given item. The sale prices it should show in store if it's a local ad along with the little map pin. I'm sure Google has things up their sleeve that we don't even know about, and we will do our best to integrate into our ads.
More to come. This isn't directly related to, well, we're here talking about Google ads, but I heard there's other ways that a retailer can benefit from the local inventory feed. Do you have feelings? Do you want me to share my feelings?
Well, maybe not doing the paid ads, but having just the free listings.
That's an excellent one. What about using that feed in order to promote your non-shippable, your in-store pickup only items on your social media accounts?
That's right. That new local inventory feed it's not even the local inventory feed. It's actually the all product feed that will do that. And I'm getting into the weeds there. But in order for us to promote the local inventory, we needed to make it so that our feed didn't just include shippable items. Now the feed includes every item on your website. So yes, now you will be able to upload that to social media and use your non-shippable products in a way that lets you advertise them on social media.
Cool. So who will have access to the local inventory feed? Like, do you have to have a certain subscription of SmartEtailing?
So it'll be available for every SmartEtailing website subscription package.
Who should utilize the Google local inventory feed?
Anyone who wants to compete for impressions on people searching with specific brand model intent for in-stock products. If you want them to come in your store to buy the product without them actually having to come in the store and see if you have it, show it to them online by showing them an ad.
Reason enough for me. I got a fun little stat. I'm rounding up, but the actual number is for 2022, 93% of purchases started with an online interaction. And that could be the online interaction.
Yeah.
Which performs better in Google ads, cats or dogs?
Cats.
Thank you. Who can help a retailer set up their Google local inventory listings?
Well, we'll have a general help document that will get you sort of up to Google's door with it to show you how to make our website do what you need it to do. There are some pitfalls, and Google can be a little tricky to deal with, so the paid search team is always here to help.
Beautiful. Yep, so it sounds like they can do it themselves, or we're here to give them a hand. Wow, thank you so much, Matt. I learned a lot today. I really hope all of our listeners learned something too.
And if you have questions for Matt's team, that's what they do. So they're happy to set up a call, tell you how Google Ads could work for your particular business, explain the fees and expectations, And if you want to get started, we'll get you started. So give us a shout if you want to learn more about that. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Susie, this is good. Let's do it again soon.
Do it again soon.